People call and they ask about violent crimes, and it's generally not a category of crime. It covers all different kinds of crime. It's when there's severe injuries to other people, it can be an aggravating factor in any crime. An aggravating factor is something that can change the definition of the crime. It also can be used at sentencing under the Sentencing Reform Act, which is the statute that the courts and the prosecutors use to sentence people of serious felonies. It can determine how many years in prison or what someone's standard range is. The sentencing is a real complicated aspect of the felony practice. We spend a lot of time explaining the different ways that the Superior Court uses the Sentencing Reform Act to determine what the range of their alleged crime should be. People that are facing violent crimes tend to have longer sentences and they tend to have more exposure. It's important to get involved early and to make sure that we're positioned to get a better outcome in the case. I've handled cases throughout my whole career that involve serious violence and all kinds of levels of injury. If you're charged with a violent crime, you need to seek legal representation right away because the risk of immediate incarceration is very serious. And I'm not trying to scare people, but it's important to have legal representation to surround a person with a veil of legal protection right away in a violent crime. In violent crimes, the bail amounts typically are higher. So the earlier that someone has legal help, the earlier we get involved in the case, the lower the bail amount typically, and the more often someone's out of custody to handle their case. If they're out of custody while we're representing them and we're going through the case, we're going to have a better outcome.